Welcome to Unplugged, the tech podcast for digital entrepreneurs. I am one of your hosts, Brooke, the founder of the Sober Biz Collective.
Hey, podcasters. My name's Nate Kelly, best-selling author and founder of Podcast Revolution Studios. If you're looking for tech, tools, and tips on how to utilize podcasting for your business, you're in the right spot. Let's get unplugged.
The world has just I think it was almost designed for me, with TikTok and podcasting and all these things. This is all the stuff I used to do when I was little. I used to have fake little radio shows at home with one of those old recorders and little fake news shows and all the things I used to do when I was a kid. Now it's just oh, you can have a job doing this. You can make a YouTube channel. You can make a podcast. And yeah, I got really into that and started a podcast and got to meet some of the most incredible people. And I just loved it. I loved it as a form of networking, especially through the pandemic when we weren't getting together in person. I found I really got to know people through a podcast, right? Through interviewing them. And some of those people are really good friends of mine today. And, we help each other out and support each other. Once you get to know somebody's story, it's so impossible not to fall in love with them,
Yes.
And that's actually, we've met through all this tech stuff and stayed connected, and now we're collaborating on this because we both have a big passion for, creating and technology and getting stories out there, right?
It's so crazy, really, how similar our stories are, because part of this, how I have really come full circle to be able to and privileged enough to be doing this full time as a career. And, part of the story of my story that I tell is playing talk show in my bedroom when I was 6, 7, 8 years old with my mom's hairbrush and
Yes.
watching Phil Donahue and Sally Jesse and these sort of 90s talk show icons. And I wasn't playing football or playing school or other things that kids did. I was playing talk show and coming up with
Yes.
interview questions and pretending to interview celebrities and, getting the exclusive interview. These were things that I was sort of obsessed with at a very young age. You are listening to a genius woman at work, everyone. And you heard it here first.
Oh, it's those fast brains. They come up with good ideas.
When you're bouncing ideas off of someone that's on your level, and interested in the same thing.
Yeah.
Magic really does happen. Since we're on the topic, let's kick things off with tech talk. You have another piece of fabulous Rode equipment. Let's talk about the Wireless Go.
Awesome. Yeah, I just picked these up. I'm obsessed with them. I have mostly amazing things to say about it. However, it was not at all what I expected. So when I purchased the Rode, I thought this was a Bluetooth receiver and you could just throw it in your pocket and it would connect to your phone wirelessly. And then this was the microphone. That is very incorrect. This needs to be plugged into your phone.
The thing that holds the microphone that you can kind of swing around, it does actually serve a purpose though. So if you set something on the table, you can hear that through the microphone. So if you're on a boom arm, it's kind of suspended in air and will also eliminate any of those kind of background noises. Something that I talk about with clients is the format of your show. And this factors into kind of that development and pre-launch planning as well. What format your show is going to be. Is it a single host, you yourself? Is it co-hosted? Is it guest interview heavy? And honestly, my favorite is co-hosted because of that banter and that back and forth and being able to develop things on the fly and come up with ideas. It's my favorite. So that's what I stick to. That's, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it is a very lonely business to be an entrepreneur, especially a digital entrepreneur, because you're literally in front of your computer by yourself all day, every day. So having another brain to talk to and to collaborate with is so huge. I think that's another reason why our community is going to be a big resource for you listening, because you won't have to be doing this alone. Having outside accountability can be huge. Finding someone in that group who wants to be a buddy or a co-host, or just someone that you can hold accountable together, like accountability buddy, right? Will be in this group. So please go to Facebook, join it. That's how we're really going to get to know you and get to know what you need and how we can best serve you. Yeah. That's my soapbox.
It's literally why we're here and why this show was created. Because Brooke and I did find it difficult to create and distribute and come up with ideas, and the accountability piece, being solo digital entrepreneurs, it's difficult. And having a buddy is the best. Highly recommend.
Yeah, there's that saying, when two brains come together, a third brain is formed. Like, there's so much magic in collaboration. It really is phenomenal.
Thanks so much for hanging out today. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube for all of our video content at Unplugged Tech Pod.
And join us in our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/Unplugged Podcast. Also, make sure to throw us a 5-star review if you are finding this content valuable for you and your digital business. We accept all forms of reviews: Apple Podcast, Spotify follows, YouTube, telling your grandmother about us.
And make sure to share the episode with one person in your life who may find it valuable. And we'll see you next time on Unplugged. I think it's good enough, and we're just going to keep getting better.